Salvation to me is Jesus Christ's sacrifice on the cross. It's the death, burial and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And it's the victory over death that grants me a way to heaven through Jesus Christ.
Salvation, another term for it is being born again. And Jesus says in the Bible, in John chapter 3 verse 7, "Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again." It's a command that he gives us. Yes, you do choose to do it, but it is something that he says, you must be born again.
Salvation for me is knowing that when I die, I'll have a home in heaven. That it was promised to me in the Bible, and if God promised me, and it says God cannot lie, I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to trust that, knowing that the person that I was and that I am, I'd never be good enough on my own to get to heaven, ever.
I got saved on the 20th of August 1998, but about 3 months before that I was walking to work, sunny morning, walked by a park, the birds were whistling. It sounds great, but it really was. And I felt I had everything, and life was good, but something was missing.
My own salvation, I was 12 years old. It was the 22nd of October in 1998. And for me, it was a little bit different because I was young. As I said, I was 12. For me, it was very simple. My dad just showed me a few verses in the Bible. He showed me how I was a sinner, even as a child, as a 12-year-old child. I was a sinner. I had told lies. I had stole things from my parents. I'd done bad things. And every single person, no matter how young, unfortunately, that's just the way it works. We are on our way to hell. So my dad showed me a few verses, and the ones that really struck home to me were in Romans chapter 10, verses 9 and 10. And it says that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God had raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. It just made it so clear that the actual act of what you have to do is just saying a prayer, saying it out loud with your mouth and believing in God.
Was always, wouldn't say, I was religious. Went to Mass with a family, a very Catholic family. Was in the choir, you know, just really believed in God, and just wasn't enough. It wasn't a close enough relationship for me. So I remember talking to Bernard, you know, going, "Oh, what's the story?" And he said, "No, don't worry about it." He wasn't going to force anything on me, so that was fine. But after a couple of months, he says to me, "Here, look, here's a Bible for you." And I was like, "Look, you're all right, it's grand." He says, "You're never going to know unless you read it for yourself." He said, "I can tell you all the things in the world." He said, "But there is written in black and white for you." Well, books. I started at the front. And I remember reading it, getting maybe 4 or 5 chapters into Genesis, going, "Oh no, I couldn't be bothered with this now, in all fairness." So he says to me, "No, try in the Gospels." I said, okay, these were things I'd heard at Mass. So it was nice to have that extra little bit of the rest of the story, because they only ever told you maybe half the story at Mass. So it wasn't something I jumped into, or as my mother thought, I was suckered into. This was six months of really thinking about it, and then to myself going, "You know what, I've absolutely nothing to lose. I really don't. You know, if I'm wrong, big deal. But, you know, if you're wrong, that's a very big deal, you know, because you're wrong is hell."
When he was on the cross, his last words were, "It is finished." And I love those words. And a lot of people don't understand them. I didn't for a long time. And he talks about it being finished, it being all of the rules in the Old Testament. Jesus had come to the earth and he was the final sacrifice. He paid the price on the cross for my sin, for your sin, for everybody's sin. and all we have to do is trust in Him.
There's nothing more that He needed to do, that needed to be done. No more sacrifices, no more miracles, even if you like. He didn't have to do it because He'd done everything that He was sent to earth to do. He was sent to try and reach the people. His own people rejected Him. And in a way, I'm glad of that, because then I got my chance.
3 simple words: it is finished. And that means no more sacrifice, no more working your way to heaven, no more works. It's all by grace, and you're saved through faith. He had many words when He rose again from the dead, but His last words on the cross were, "It is finished." 3 powerful words.